Welcome to another episode of the Random Photography Show where two non-AI generated humans talk to you about the latest in camera news and rumors and what's happening, and we even look at your images. But with that, let's roll the intro music that I made with AI.
Ooh.
Snapping frames, chasing light, shadows dance, day to night. Lens
So
sharp,
lame.
soul in sight. The camera
Wait for it.
whispers, hold it tight. Click, click, moments freeze. Time captured in the breeze. Yeah. The camera light, the flash ignites. Frame the world, see it right. The camera light, you're the light. Yeah. Snapshots roll, life.
That's enough of that.
That's very cool. We'll get to how you did that in just a moment, but welcome back, everybody. This is the Camera Life podcast. This is the Random Photography Show, and it's the 6th of October, 2025, and you are watching episode live, might I add. You're watching live, episode 122. Welcome.
Welcome.
You had a bit of trouble there, boss.
Let's get straight to it. Why I look ridiculous. I'm coming to you from my FaceTime camera because my R5 Mark II, for some reason, is telling me that every battery that it has is dead flat, which is unlikely because I've got 6 batteries. I don't know what's going on. There's something glitchy happening. And normally when a camera glitches, you pop the battery out and put the battery back in. It kind of like resets itself. So I can't even get it to be on long enough for me to do anything. I don't know. I'll be talking to Canon about that this weekend.
Ooh. And what is this weekend, Justin?
Oh, we're going to the Bright Photography Festival. Should be pretty
We
good.
are.
BFOP.
We are indeed.
Yeah.
Been pretty busy, haven't we? Packing and making plans and
Yep.
organising the chore list for the Airbnb. I've
was
done that.
printing
You
it-
haven't. I've done that.
Printing out price lists for specials.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice indeed.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on, but I'm pretty stoked about the upcoming weekend, I must say. I was saying to someone the other night, I don't know who I was talking to. I can't remember who it was, but I was saying that I'm looking at BFOP as like a bit of a holiday.
It is.
You know,
We
like
don't have to work.
Getting away. Well, you know, we have do a little bit, sell some straps,
Hopefully.
you know, take a few pics.
Mostly just hang out with other photographers. That's my
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah. I'm going to do a bit of a project while I'm in Bright this year, I think. And I was thinking I might just to sort of build on my skills about approaching people and asking if I can take their photo. So I wanted to sort of challenge myself to take a portrait of everyone who I stop to talk to, if they want. They don't have to, of course. But yeah, I thought that might just be a good way to sort of get me out of that comfort zone of shying away from asking permission, you know.
I
And
like that
setting
idea.
up secret webcams in people's homes. Not that I do that often.
Is that how you usually do it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh dear. Should we see who's in the chat? Because we're a little bit late. Sorry we're late. It is my fault. Well, I actually am blaming Canon, but it's mostly my fault. And let's just see who was here first. As always, Philip Johnson. G'day. Good
G'day,
evening.
Philip.
BFOP countdown. Paul
Indeed.
is here. Hey all. Yep. The study is a shambolic mess of camera gear waiting to be packed. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
There's chaos. I mean, I could show you. You can't see it, but it's crazy. See all my drawers are open in the back there because it's just easier than closing them.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Don't you worry about that just toppling over because it's all front heavy.
Nah, there's no chance. It's got a camera case on top of it that probably weighs 40 kilos. It's fine. It's not going anywhere. If it does come down, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, later.
Good evening, Lisa Leach. She says, good evening, guys, from the Leach household. Hello,
Hey,
household.
Lisa.
John
Hey, household.
Pickett, also pumped for BFOP. This is a BFOP heavy chat. Although I saw here somewhere, Bruce Moyle rightfully said, I did see this the other day, short watch for him and the other instructors because they've got their get their shit together meeting with Matt and Nick tonight. So,
Wow.
yeah, scheduling conflict. Thanks a lot, Matt and Nick.
Yeah.
Didn't you
To be a
think
fly on
about
the wall.
podcast?
Yeah, I know. We could have done it live.
I know. Oh, yeah, the instructors briefing.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll lose all our regular instructors, but that's okay. What else we got? Hi, all pump for BFOP. Also, we need to talk about this week's title screen. What, the thumbnail? Did you like it? Did you see the thumbnail, Greg?
Maybe I didn't.
Didn't you?
Maybe I didn't.
You should probably have a look.
How did you do that? Why are you a lizard man?
Oh, yeah, I know. I went pretty deep on AI today for a segment on the show, and I ended up just doing stuff.
You went down a wormhole, didn't you?
I did.
Wormhole? Rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole. No, it was sci-fi theme, so maybe a wormhole. Philip Johnson said Greg hasn't shaved. No. David Leparati, good evening, everyone. Love the Wookiee look, Greg. Who else? What else has that happened? Crashed the podcast. Everything. I've got to make sure the phone line's connected. If you do want to call and talk to us tonight, the number's in the corner above my head over here. 0485 512 370. I haven't connected the phone.
Have you charged the battery on that?
Yes.
So you've charged the phone. So you've charged something.
Let me make sure it's connected right now.
Canon have an error.
And then it won't work, but then it will work, and then it won't work, and then we'll figure it out together because we're a team.
All right. We are a team.
Yep. Yelena said, I watched the viewer numbers go down during the intro song.
Oh, come on. It's pretty good.
Come on. I thought it was all right. I mean, camera live. No. It's catchy.
We need to rehearse that on the way to when you pick me up from Seymour train station on the way to Brighton on Wednesday morning. I think we should rehearse it and then we can do it around the fire pit one night. You bring one of your guitars, little amp.
No chance.
Come on.
Chance. Good evening, Rick Nelson. Good evening, Ian Thompson. Good evening, Lucinda. What's up?
Hey.
Lucinda Goodwin, photography. Lisa Leach says the camera life has gone all reggae, which is the cheesy version of reggae.
It is a bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is a good. So has everyone set their cameras to daylight savings time? Good idea, Lucinda. If I could turn my R5 Mark II on, I would most certainly do that. I've actually got on my packing list. Because the gym and I have a shoot actually on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is going to be like a high volume sports shoot. So not only will we have to make sure we're on daylight savings time, we need to make sure our cameras are synced, because there's nothing worse than when you're going back and forth between cameras and they're slightly out of time sync and you're trying to sort of sort through things. You don't want to be jumping back and forth, so you want to make sure they're synced up together.
You might need to borrow one of Jim's Nikons.
No.
Saying,
what else?
Your big fancy pool diving R5 Mark II isn't cutting the mustard tonight.
Jim's AI is in the chat. Says, afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the future. Good to see you, Jim's AI. You're a new Jim.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe.
I like your AI matrix.
Once I get subscribers,
nice.
It's pretty good.
Subscribe. If you do make a fun account, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
I like this. Hang on. Dave O. Leparati. What is this starting now early? Daylight savings. Yeah, that's right. Daylight savings.
Yeah. That's what the rest of the world do at this time of year.
Yeah, Queenslanders.
Hello from the winning
Craig
state.
Murphy's testing gear and packing for BFOP as well. Yeah, I can't imagine. You'd have a lot on your hands, I bet.
Yeah.
Maybe Charlie Brown can do an acoustic cover of our reggae song.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Lucinda's having to go to Brisbane to do a shoot, I'm guessing, where there is no daylight savings time. So you'll set your cameras forward and then back, or back and then forward. We're talking about how this in Victoria, and I guess New South Wales as well, this is the next like 2 to 3 weeks of when people are like, what's the time? And then what's the old time? What's the new time? You know, like what time is it? What time is it in the old time? What time is it now normally right now? That's how stupid daylight savings is.
But even at 52 years old, I still get it wrong every time we have to change the clocks.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Well, now it's easier, obviously, because I can look at my phone. But if I'm changing the clock on something, it's like, what's the real time?
What's the real time? What's the new time? Is that the old time?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some more.
What did Sash say? My partner Sash said you spring forward and you fall back. So you spring forward an hour, you fall back an hour.
Oh, that's clever. I've never heard that before.
Well, she's a clever person.
Sounds like it.
Clearly, she chose me. So, out of all the fish in the sea.
Speaking of fish in the sea.
Women just can't resist this. Poll in the chat.
This Wookiee look.
It is the Wookiee.
At least you didn't look like a lizard. In the thumbnail, I looked like a lizard.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did
know
a
what
bit.
happened there.
What was that show, V? Do you remember V when we were kids? And it was like about the aliens coming to Earth. It was like in the... I know, you're probably too young.
I was going to say, did you say when we were kids?
Wow.
We were kids at slightly different times.
When I was a kid, you were just a baby, a wee
That's
baby.
right. A wee
If that.
So, images for tonight's show. If you do want us to bring up an image of yours later on in the show, email me, justin@luckystraps.com.au, sometime in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Otherwise, it'll just be too hard. But there's a couple coming in now from Paul and Rick Nelson, which is fun.
Nice.
So I'm just going to organise those as we're talking. But
yeah,
it's been a busy week.
Craig Murphy, yes, V, Lizard People.
He's on
yes, not the remake, the original. That just blew my mind when I was a kid. Justin wasn't even born.
I got no idea.
Yeah,
no idea.
Nah. Can someone clip that? Editor Sam, clip that bit, please. I want that to be my ringtone when Justin calls.
It'll be useful.
I have no idea.
Probably. Now, let me find some other stuff for tonight. Yeah, I'm going to need that. We do have a fun show planned. There's a lot of images to look at. Had some cool ones sent in.
Cool.
And what else have we got? We've got a little bit of news to go through. Got some comments to look at on YouTube after last week's fun podcast.
Yeah, I've got a couple of announcements for some peeps.
Do we? Do you want to do that now? Or should we do that comments first?
Let me just get these out of the way. The first one. So anyone that watched our interview with Craig Watto-Watson, when was that? That was a few months ago now. I should have looked that up. But anyway, he has run a couple of galleries in the Geelong area, and he's had a studio, and, it's evolved and changed over the years. And he has just, I saw it in his social media, and then I reached out to him. So Focal Point Photographic Services is launching with a new studio gallery shopfront space, which is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let me bring this up and I'll do the read. Focal Point. So he's actually getting a shop front. Look, with fancy aluminium door frames. They look new. Hang on,
it's not up. It's not up. Or do you want...
Oh, what?
Yeah, it didn't come up. Hang on.
Yeah, thank you. All right, cool. Thanks, boss. What am I doing? Okay, so Wednesday, the 8th of October will be exactly 2 years since he closed down his original gallery and darkroom in Duoro Street, somewhere in Geelong. And it is the same day that he's opening the new place on the 8th of October, 2 years later. So it's a rebirth, Justin. It's like a phoenix rising. So he's basically expanding on what he's already been doing for the past 18 months. He's going to be opening his own working space in the heart of the Geelong's art precinct, which is pretty exciting for anyone, really. The big difference will be having street frontage, which will allow me to have a small shop gallery. So throughout these talking points, Craig said that, it is a very small space. It's not a big gallery space. It's not, it's not huge, but there will be enough there for him to display his own work, and occasionally displaying other local photographers by invitation, which is wonderful. And he's going to have a shop that will stock everything you need for analog photography, from used cameras and darkroom equipment to paper and chemistry for darkroom. So if you're a film shooter and you're in the Geelong area, Watto's got you covered. But he won't have a darkroom anymore. He will probably outsource that for his own work, I imagine. What else? He's not going to have an official opening because he can't. The space is quite small and he can't accommodate much of a crowd. But to kick things off, what has he said? To kick things off, I'll be having a grand opening sale until the 31st of October with 20% off everything. 20%, Justin.
Wow.
So your, $75 24 exposure black and white film is now.
Is that off film?
Well, he's going to sell. Well, you're not listening.
Oh, sorry.
We talked about this in therapy.
I'm moving your images around, but go on.
Okay. I only put those there as a backup, so don't stress. Anyway, so 20% off everything on Watto's store. And he's going to be at the space. Will be open every Tuesday to Friday, 10 to 4. Mondays by appointment. And closed on the weekends, except for special occasions like gallery events and things like that. So which is amazing news. I gave him a call today after I saw his social media post and just said, hey, can we talk about this on the Camera Life podcast tonight? Because I think that's something that's worth celebrating and worth recognizing. That's a huge outcome, you know. And when we interviewed Craig, or Watto, as he likes to be called, he talked a lot about the peaks and troughs of running this kind of business and how, you know, he kind of got things set up and then COVID kind of impacted that. And, but this is amazing that, you know, once again, he's landed squarely on his feet. He's got a new workspace, which will be absolutely perfect for him. And he gets to do what he does best and what he loves doing.
I love it because in person, like physical locations are getting harder and harder to be able to maintain, to make enough income to keep the doors open, the lights on, pay all the bills. Everything's getting more expensive. So the fact that he's pushing forward rather than, you know, most people are having to pull back on that sort of stuff, I think that's amazing. So love it. Yeah. It's what we'd like to see.
It is what we like to see. And yeah, really proud of him. And, you know, I've been hassling Justin, anyone in the Geelong area, that we need to do a road trip. We need to go see Watto. We need to go see Lucinda. There's a couple of other people that we need to go and see. And then we get the boat from there to Tasmania and we go see Bruce and Pete and all of those guys. So I've already got it planned. I'll send you the itinerary, Justin. If you could just book everything, that'd be great.
All organised. Speaking of Tasmania and Bruce Moyle, he says, I launched a workshop yesterday for November 29th. I did see that. I was like, ooh, but I don't know if I can get down there then. It's a busy time of the year. But I think I saw it's a portrait workshop. I can probably find the details somewhere. But if you're in Bruce's area or you want to travel and you want to experience a masterclass of portrait workshopping, get onto Bruce. Is it on your website, Bruce? What's the best way to find it?
And especially if you had hoped to go to BFOP, but you didn't get tickets or it conflicted with something else you got going on, you know, in what are we looking at? Like in about 6 or 7 weeks' time, you can do a little TFOP.
If you
Tasmanian
go to brucemoyle.com and then click on masterclasses and workshops, you'll find it right there. Total cost $300, and it's on Saturday the 29th of November. Bookings close Friday the 21st of November, but it is limited to only 6 people. It's a 2.5-hour masterclass, professional art, nude model, studio lighting supplied. Bring a Godox trigger if you have one, but it's not essential. Tea, coffee, water, snacks, fun times, good company. Increase your studio photography skills. It's at Bruce's private studio in Mowbray, Tasmania. No location till paid.
What sort of snacks? I'm not paying until I know what quality food I'm getting.
Snacks.
Well, it's important to know. I mean, you know, blood sugar gets a little low, you get a little freaky. You know, you need good snacks.
I'm sure Bruce will bring the snacks.
Yeah, Bruce will bring the love. Okay, next little bit of announcements for our good friends. What am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Let's share the screen. I just went completely blank. Woo.
That's fine.
It happens. Okay, so this is the website for Alpine Light Photographic Art Gallery. So Alpine Light is in Bright, which is where we're heading in less than 48 hours now. And Mika Boynton and Matt Palmer, they're a couple, and they just celebrated the 1-year anniversary. Congratulations, guys. And they run Alpine Light. We're going to head in there and check it out when we're in Bright, obviously. But I mentioned, I don't know, for those of you that watched our BFOP podcast, some of the businesses around Bright have really struggled since recent police activity. There's quite a big police operation that's been going on, and that's reduced tourism into Bright, which is, you know, they rely on a lot of tourism. But I said to the guys, they're selling their calendars this year, their Alpine Light 2026 calendar. Sorry, I'm tripping all over my words. Let me bring this one up. And they're currently on sale for $25 a piece. And the Alpine Light calendar, it's an A4 calendar that folds out to A3, and it features both Matt and Mika's amazing artwork. And it's a good looking calendar. It's even got like key Australian dates. It's got moon phases on it. It's got a couple of key international dates, but mostly Australian stuff. So yeah, get on the website, check it out, and order yourself a calendar. Not only will you get a couple, they're great Christmas presents. I'm going to buy them for my folks because my folks still hang a calendar in the loo. So why not have something quality to look at? And yeah, help them out. Supports the gallery, supports Matt and Mika after a pretty rough couple of months, and you get yourself a gorgeous calendar.
And if you haven't been into their gallery, I can tell you that anything of their work printed always looks way better than in person. I'm sure this calendar is no different. Way better than digital online. So,
oh yeah,
I'm sure the calendar will not disappoint. And $25 is a bargain. So,
yeah,
for that level of work.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are award-winning, you know. And look, if you're going to BFOP this weekend, you're in town, drop in, say hi, check out some of the artwork. They're putting up some of their recent award-winning pieces, shots, and yeah, it's going to be ready for the Bright Festival. So pop in, say good day, and check out their work.
Yeah. Now, I've been just moving stuff all over the place. Yelena just yelled at me because my phone was buzzing. I've put it on silent, but now I won't know if anyone calls in. So sorry if you could hear my phone buzzing on the stream, but I'm ready in case one of you guys calls.
Just a little bit of feedback there for you, boss. Something else isn't working. Hey, Justin, your audio level is lower than Greg's. Makes it harder to hear you. And then Grant, love you, Grant. No, that's just because Greg doesn't stop talking. Grant, that's very offensive.
How's this? Is that better? Talk to me. Does it sound good?
Yeah. Let us know.
Cranked it up a little.
Yeah.
Bruce, tell Nick and Matt we said what's up. All right. I think I've got almost everyone's photos in, which is pretty cool. I shouldn't say that at the start of the show because there's like 5 more emails coming to me trying to organize people's names. I downloaded a new viewer. Called Phoenix Slides. So we'll check it out later in the episode when I do your images. Maybe they'll work, maybe they won't. But it's like a slideshow viewer for Mac that just works straight out of your folders. But it does metadata and stuff. We'll see how it works. Slide night. Wow. Yeah, we're going to do slide night.
Yeah, you listen to saying slide night. Good call.
Yeah. I got 2 out of your 3 images, Lucinda. I don't know, one of them's not downloading, but anyway, we'll deal with that later.
You're just having no end of trouble tonight, boss.
The last few weeks have just been chaos. Even just now, everything's just gone off my screen. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, we should have a quick look at some viewer comments, though.
Yeah, please.
Which means
see what folks are saying.
Need to do this. And then this. It's crazy.
Yeah. Nothing but the best here for you people.
Nothing but the finest. Do that. And then that. Okay. So we had Andrew Chapman on Thursday, and I renamed that episode, instead of just like an interview with Andrew Chapman, I renamed it to a masterclass in documentary photography, because that's what it felt like. Yeah. There was so much gold in that interview. Yeah. Obviously, he's been doing it forever. He's done all sorts of different projects. Yeah, but he's such a storyteller. Yeah.
Like every image comes with, his thoughts and impressions and memories, and you're right, they're gold, they're rich. Yeah. And he's done so bloody much. So I wrote the blog today for the Lucky Straps website. I'm just having to finish it up before I send it through to be published. But it was such a joy writing it because, I got to kind of relive what we talked about and just how much he's achieved. I think it's amazing. Really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a special interview. And so I'll read a couple of comments that we got on that episode. David Leparati, the one and only, says, "Thanks for another fantastic interview. Andrew's story of watching the image appear on photo paper in the developing tray is something amazing that I've never forgotten. Andrew's many stories about the film days brought back great memories of shooting with film. I also agree with Andrew that Fuji lenses are superb, because they used to make superb large format lenses for the 8x10 and 4x5 film cameras in the film days." Mm. Yeah, there was a lot of Fuji love in that episode too. So if you're a Fuji shooter, it's a good one.
Yeah.
But he kept bringing out old cameras that he'd shot with from years ago.
Like his grandfather's camera and his dad's camera. They look brand new. That 35mm of his dad's, that looked like it had just come out of the box. It was immaculate.
Yeah. Yeah, so many cool stories. Brian Maxwell Carr said that was great. Thanks, guys. Chappie is a legend. He certainly was a legend. So yeah, get back and have a listen to that one. It's a long one. I think it was almost 3 hours. Was it?
It was almost 3 hours. Yeah.
So it's a decent length. It's a good one if you got to drive to BFOP. It's a good one to download. And then if you got a long drive to BFOP, download that one and the Michael Coyne episode and just go back to back documentary photography icons. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Pretty inspirational stuff.
And then from last Monday's show, a few comments about the images. Andrew Connor had some comments about the waterfall shot, breathtaking car shots. Those are amazing. Light painting, epic. On my to-do list one day. Thanks for showing my pics. And then a little bit, I won't read all this, but some comments about, I think it matters less and less what camera you have. It's more about the moments that you catch, and that anything with a 1-inch sensor will give you amazing detail, especially when pixel peeping is of lesser importance. And that was we're chatting about pocket cameras and that kind of stuff. So, we're going to bring back that whole topic a bit deeper in the future, because I've had to shelve it because of this week's news in the AI realm. Whereas the pocket cameras, there's nothing much happening there. It's just been something I'm thinking about a lot lately. Also, he does mention here on the pocket camera, sure, not DSLR, but the Sony RX100 series are definitely pocketable, and they are. I've got one of those here that I bought for that exact reason. But they updated them and then just stopped. And
they're still expensive.
Yeah, for an old camera, they're like $1,700 or something. Yep. And they haven't been updated for I'm guessing, but 5, 6, 7 years.
No, I think it's more than that. I think it's close to 10 for the Mark. What is it, Mark 6 they're on, or 7?
7. Oh, it could be 6. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's way up there. Whereas I think I've got the 1 or the 2 or something, and I kept looking at the updates, and they were like incremental, same sensor, not much change. And I was sort of waiting for sort of a larger update. And then the series just stopped before I got to the point where I felt the need to really update.
Yeah. Everyone just dropped the ball on pocket point and shoots. Quality pocket point and shoots. There's lots of Temu. Is that how I pronounce it? Temu cameras out there. But actually, I saw on, we talked about the Ricoh GR4, which I think it's out, or it's about to be. Our good friend Jason Lau is doing a presentation in Brisbane at the new GR Space with Chris Nichols from Petapixel.
Oh, in Brisbane.
So Jason is hosting the event. He's like he's the shit.
Wow, that's cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
that's really cool. When did you say that was happening?
I can't remember. It's on the socials, but it's soon. They're still advertising it, but Chris Nichols from Petapixel, and formerly, what was it, the Camera Store? He's coming down for that, which would be cool.
Awesome. Okay, what else? LTK Photo says, thanks guys, sorry for the last minute photo submission. Appreciate all the feedback. That was my first time shooting, what's a QNY car on a track before? Don't know. Spelling mistake or something I don't understand about cars. But anyway, that was a cool shot that LTK had last week. See what we get this week from everybody. And I think with that's pretty much all the comments.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
So let's dig into some news.
Actually, can I just share a verbal comment that I heard last week?
Sure.
So if you watched last week on Monday night, I talked about Sam Olsen's upcoming, she's working on a book launch for this monolithic photographer's guide to the Great Ocean Road and Otways. So she wrote that. I was going to bring this to BFOP for you to have a look at, Justin, but I just don't think I can carry it.
Dang.
I think it's too much.
I'm bringing my photo books, but I'm driving, so it's a little bit easier.
That's the difference, yeah. Anyway, so I went along to Sam's talk here in Melbourne. She did one on St Kilda Road at the Veterans Art Museum. Just a small space, but they've got gallery, and she had a good turnout and talked about a book for a couple of hours and different tips about, photographing on the Great Ocean Road. Anyway, so it finished. It was great. We were about to head off for dinner, but I said, I'll help you pack up. And And so I'm helping her pull down her slide projector thingy. And I had my back to her, and I heard someone walk up and say, "Sam, I've heard about this great podcast. I reckon you should go on it to promote your book. It's called The Camera Life."
Yeah.
And you know how good that felt to hear, like, he didn't know that I was there because I had my back to everyone because I was sitting at the front helping Sam doing the slideshow. And it turned out to be Michael Curry, who is an RAAF photographer who we're trying to get on the show, but he's currently working with the Australian Defence Force to get permission. It's complex. But yeah, so I went, and Sam sort of pointed at me, and I said, "That's us. I'm Greg. I host the Camera Life podcast with Justin." And what I really said was, I carry that show. But
thanks.
But it was just really nice to hear someone, out in the wild, that someone had recognized it. It was really cool. It was a nice moment. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very cool to hear. It's always good to get recognized in the wild.
Indeed. Should we move on to news and rumors?
Yeah, we will. Grant, I got your pictures. Thanks. They're all coming in thick and fast. It's going to be a big segment. We're going to have to fly through everything else.
Yeah, we'll just pick the top. There's not a lot of important news, but we'll just pick some of the top ones.
Yeah, let's get over to it. You tell me. What do you want to see?
Okay, let's open up the second Sony one about the new global shutter sensor. But just while that's happening, Sony B Alpha event, is that what Sony call their product release things? A B Alpha?
Is it? I thought they also have their, oh no, that's their creator events. Their Kando. Yeah, where they invite all the creators to just take photos of each other with the new cameras.
Yeah, they need a new marketing company. That sounds dumb. Anyway, there is on October the 16th in Barcelona. Sony are holding an event, and according to the rumor sites, there's going to be some products announced during that, possibly a new camera, which I think we're looking at waiting. I think the A7, is it the A7 V is on the horizon?
Yeah, that's what's coming. But I think they're talking November, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things: new camera, a couple of lenses. They just dropped their new macro, and according to the reviews, it's a bit of a stunner.
Yep,
which is great. Good on them. They put out good lenses too.
Their G Master lenses they put out are great.
Pricey, but great. Yeah. But every other brand should beware, because Sony announced a new global shutter sensor with 105 megapixel and capability of 100 frames per second. So it's the Pregius. See, again, a stupid naming convention. What is that? Who is doing their marketing? Pregius S. So it is it's a stacked CMOS, 105 megapixel. It's a global shutter, so it's always open.
What's it for though? This is where I see this stuff, and then you read through the press text, and they're like, yeah, it might get put into some sort of I don't know, security camera or medical device or something. You're like, it's not even for cameras. Is it potentially for cameras?
Potentially. It's at the moment it looks like it's slated for industrial use. So probably security devices and industrial facilities that need really high precision optics for things. But and this has come from their Sony Semiconductor Solutions Corporation branch, I think is separate to the camera branch. I don't know. I
believe so. But obviously,
and that's what we were talking about last week. How we're saying, how does Sony make sensors for so many other brands, yet, no one ever spills on Sony nicking ideas from other companies. So this must be maybe this is the sensor division. I don't know. But yeah, 105 megapixel and 100 FPS.
Global shutter. Yeah.
Yep.
But also as well, if this is, because it says it's slightly smaller than full frame. So I'd say it's unlikely, but still larger than APS-C. The chance of them putting an in-between sensor in one of their systems is pretty low. Canon had the old APS-H sensors, 1.3.
Oh, okay.
In the 1DX, 1D Mark IV and stuff like that. But that kind of the chance of a brand re-entering into that kind of in-between market, that was really just to get speed and better image quality than crop, like where it's like a close enough to use full frame lenses. It was a 1.3 crop.
Right. Okay.
Gave you a little bit of reach, and it gave more speed than a full frame camera.
Yep.
But they quickly got rid of that when they could just run it with a full frame camera, full frame sensor. Sorry. So it's like the chance of Sony introducing this at not a full frame size is pretty low, I would say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's not going to trickle through to their.
I think that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that technology and that learning from developing a high-end product eventually trickles down into consumer products.
That's right.
So that's where we get the benefit.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Some Canon news.
Oh.
Yeah, Canon batteries are notoriously running flat on their own.
It's I'll be talking to them this weekend.
Yeah. Anyway, so Canon EOS R6. This is the rumor. I know that they put this out like it's fact. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III and 4 lenses to be announced in November. They get this from a incredible source. We have been told that Canon will announce 4 lenses sometime in November. It's possible that all 4 won't be announced on the same day. Like, talk about hedging your bets.
Maybe. I find a few things with this very interesting. I had a quick look at this. So it says either the 16th or the 26th of November. Very unlikely to be the 26th of November. That's basically right before Thanksgiving in the States, which is Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And I know obviously the world doesn't revolve around the US, but that weekend is
big chunk of their market.
It's notorious for that's the sale weekend. That's when everyone discounts stuff. It's not when you launch new products. There's too much noise. People's inboxes are jam packed with Black Friday deals and everything.
And Cyber Monday and then
Cyber Monday. Yeah, there's no way they're launching like the 16th. Maybe it would still be an odd time of year to announce something, but I could see the 16th being possible. It wouldn't surprise me if it's earlier in the month than that, depending on what it is they're announcing and all that sort of stuff.
So tell me about the R6. Why is the R6 a thing? How does it differ from, say, your R5 Mark II? Like, what sort of a camera is it best for?
The R6 is that's probably the camera that almost everyone could use for almost anything. And obviously you could say that about the R5 Mark II as well, but the R6 is at a cheaper price point. It's lower megapixel. So in general, it might have slightly better high ISO. 24 megapixels, so good enough image quality to do anything you want, particularly. So if you're a working photographer, wedding shooter, that kind of thing, it's the perfect camera. It's that middle of the road, pro enough. It's a pro body in terms of obviously not a gripped body like the R1 and the R3, but pro in terms of ergonomics, size, and all of the features that you want mostly. There's a few things that I'd love to add to it, but it's good enough. And I'm actually considering downsizing, like getting rid of my R3 and having the R6 as a second body, whether it's in the R6 Mark II or the R6 Mark III, and doing a full spectrum infrared conversion on it. Because for some reason I just can't bring myself to do a full spectrum infrared conversion on the R5 Mark II or the R3, because they're just that next level up in price of camera. So it's sort of like, not sure.
And then you slim down your resale value, or not so much your value, but your opportunity.
That's right. If who's going to want it, or do you need to reverse it or whatever? So it's like, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyway, that's besides the point. Most people are looking at the R6 II and the R6 III. It's the direct competitor to the Sony A7 V that's coming. They're head to head with each other at that price point. What's that price point in Australia is like $3,000, $3,500, maybe close to $4,000 when they launch.
So it's hefty.
Whereas the R5 Mark II and stuff, they're solidly in that like $5,500 to $6,500 sort of bracket. So yeah, it's the everybody's camera, the working man's camera, the pro's camera that doesn't want to have tens of thousands of dollars tied up in bodies, but needs 2 or 3 bodies. and rock solid. It'll be. I'm surprised it is coming this soon. It's the R6 Mark II is pretty solid still, but the rumors are that the R6 Mark III is going to have a 30 or 33 megapixel sensor, which is it's a pretty good all round. I still think 24 is enough, but 33 gives you a little bit of cropping ability without going right up to your high megapixel bodies. And that's where Sony's been at with the A7 IV, and it seems to be a really solid choice. So as long as they don't lose their video capability, because once you go a bigger sensor, you have to do a higher res sensor. You either have to downsample, which can look great, but creates more heat and is a tougher process to downsample to like a really high quality 4K, or sometimes they do silly things like cropping or line skipping or pixel binning and stuff that degrades the image quality, and you actually end up potentially with worse video from a high res body than you do from like a 24 megapixel sensor. So,
very cool. Anyway, so we'll keep you guys up to date on what's happening with that. We're always keen to talk about new releases, especially when it's from a favorite brand.
Grant's excited about 300 to 600 from Canon. There's been a lot of rumors around that, whether it's going to be a 200 to 500 f4. I think there was people talking about 300 to 600. I don't know what that's going to be. The 45 millimeter f1.2 STM, I doubt it, but
it's a weird focal distance.
It's odd at a 1.2. Unlikely, but I don't know. I'm not a rumor site, so that's
but it just feels
opinion.
like it's just going to cannibalize the 50 mil market.
Yeah, it seems
especially
odd.
if it's cheap, but
and then the 24 to 70 2.8. I don't know about that one either. I mean, they just released the 28 to 70 2.8, so to release a third, like sort of mid-range 2.8 zoom, maybe, or it would be a refresh, I would imagine, of the original 24 to 70, which they could definitely do with downsizing and bringing the weight down a bit on that, because it's almost a kilo. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Rick Nelson says, what if the R6 Mark III has the C50 sensor with open gate? What if if they do have that, what does that make the C50 then? Obviously, the C50 would have better cooling and that kind of stuff. I doubt they would do that. But if they did, the YouTubers will go crazy. Yeah. That would be a pretty big thing. So it would make sense that it could have some version of that C50 sensor.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot. We see brands do it all the time where they use the same sensor. Fuji do it. They're notorious for it. The same sensor in multiple bodies. Yeah, because
and then
why
just
develop
change
2 or 3 different sensors when you can just develop the one? And
that's right. Gosh, I don't like using my FaceTime camera for these shows.
No,
oh well, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I got a spare Fujifilm. You could use that. I'll send it over. Lucinda said, Greg just said Canon was his favorite brand. No, I didn't say I said our favorite brands. Okay. I take issue with you manipulating my words. We all have words.
I heard it too, Lucinda.
Nikon news. Let's not bring this one up. It's just a little good to know. The Nikon ZR, which we talked about at launch, can record 6K 59.94p for more than 2 hours despite no active cooling. Now, that's according to Nikon. Yet to see any sort of, I didn't take the time to investigate, what other people are doing with it and what they're getting out of it. But Nikon is saying that it can, because that was one of the things I raised when we saw that comparison last week, where the C50 is chunky, like it's deep because they've got that huge cooling fan at the back. Yeah. And the ZR doesn't. It's half the width. And we question whether that would actually cope with overheating. But according to Nikon, they're saying it won't. But we'll see. We've got 3 little bits of Leica news. Can we bring up the first one, boss? About the handmade camera factory?
We absolutely can.
I thought this was interesting. So there's a new LTM rangefinder film camera being developed by Suzuki Handmade Camera Factory. That's the name of the actual factory. And this is machined, I believe, out of a solid block of steel, carbon steel ingot.
Wow. That'll be heavy.
Yeah. So this has been underway for some time. So their initial setup began in 21 to 23, and they've been sort of working on that process ever since. So as of October 25, the project remains in active prototyping and fabrication stage, with the solo developer based in Japan building towards a premium mechanical 35mm film camera, with no full production or release details as yet. It's a pretty bold move.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to have some good backers, wouldn't you? Surely.
I don't know. Some rich, crazy person, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. But I do love how grungy all of these behind the scenes pictures are.
Yeah.
It's like something from Chernobyl. Like, it's all kind of yellowed and old. Maybe that's where they got the steel from. It was going cheap. So yeah, so what else is happening in Leica's world? Leica is to auction 100, we won't bring this up, but is going to auction 120 famous photos, with one expected to sell for nearly $300,000. So there's a whole catalog of these images, and I think there's ones of like Muhammad Ali, there's, yeah, heaps of stuff.
It surprises me when you see these stories about Leica selling for hundreds, even up to,
like the Pope's one.
Yeah, close to $1 million or whatever, maybe. I don't know if they've gone that high, but I don't know who's buying them. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's often, when you see like auctions, have you ever watched Sotheby's? I subscribe to them on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Every now and then I'll watch an auction, and it's manic. And there's all the people that buy aren't actually in the room. They're all phoning in and talking to an agent. But, they're buying stuff without actually being there for like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. It's crazy stuff. It's crazy money.
Nuts.
What else do I want to tell you? No, we'll skip that one for now.
Hey, I put one in there. I'll just quickly bring this one up. We don't have to talk about it for long, but they're talking about the Leica, the Leica M EV1, or basically the Leica M, instead of 11, it'll be an M11 with an electronic viewfinder, which is what the Leica Q series have. So the Leica M has a normal optical viewfinder. The Leica Q all have EVFs.
Yep.
And so they're essentially saying that this Leica M is going to look more like a Q with an M mount rather than an M with an EVF, which is interesting. Because the M has a very distinctive look about the body that they all
it has
share.
to fit in that pass through of the optic finder, doesn't it?
That's right. So these are renderings. These are not photos of that new camera, but they're sort of implying that it's going to look way more like a Q than an M. And
I can see that happening.
It'll be pretty popular.
Yeah.
Very clean looking body.
Glenn said that this is Glenn's account, isn't it?
What? Yeah, that's Glenn. Really?
Yeah.
21 million?
Leica sold for over 21 million.
21 million Thai baht. Or real, or not real. I shouldn't say that. It's real money. But, like dollars, US dollars, or Australian dollars wouldn't be that impressive, but US dollars, that's insane.
It is, isn't it? That's pretty crazy.
Oh, Aussie dollars. Okay. Well, that's okay then. It's not
still a lot.
Amazing. I know. I'm just kidding.
What else we got? Just very quickly, Sigma have patented. Apply for an app, patented. You know what we mean. For a fast 85 f1.2 full frame lens. That's all we know about it. They've just submitted a patent. That's not unusual. Brands are often dropping weird, quirky little patents should they one day want to pursue a particular lens design or element. Sometimes they drop patents just for a single element within what could go into a lens. So they're doing that sort of stuff all the time. But interesting, 85 1.2 would get a lot of people excited, especially if you're a portrait shooter.
Yeah.
I do like the next one. Can we go to the Kodak?
Yeah. I thought you might.
There's two Kodak stories. So for anyone that watched last week.
I thought this is why you'd bring it up.
Oh, shit. I need to drop my camera. Fuck. I got my my Converse X Fujifilm with the film sim dial on the side and green blooded on the bottom and a little tag and my photo on the tongue. Unique,
That's
one of a kind shoe.
Very. Did you get two of them or just the left?
No, just the one.
Oh, dang.
I couldn't afford the
It's
other.
going to be uncomfortable.
But 2 weeks later, what have Kodak gone and done?
I know.
Copied.
Well, what I'd be interested to know, oh crap, hang on, to get this right, is who was first, because this actually looks like I don't know. I'd love to know. You know, this looks like a full-on collab that is a capsule collection, whereas you can't buy the ones that you've got. You can't buy those, can you? It was only given to like fancy people like you. I couldn't.
No, I think you can buy them. No, I think you can.
The Fujifilm ones.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, you just can't personalize them.
I think you had to like pre-order it because Mark Bluetooth asked me the other day because he's keen on getting a pair of them, and I sent him this article because I said I don't think the Fuji Converse collab is on anymore, but I think you had to like pre-order them and and then
anyway,
go and work with the designer. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
What I'm getting at is sometimes I reckon, you know, in the cutthroat world of photography brands, camera brands, marketing and product teams and stuff, hear whispers, you know, from what's happening. Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if this was potentially in the works and Fujifilm were like, we could do that, but with you know, like we could do it in our own way. We could do it with a fully customizable, because these aren't, I don't think these are customizable, are they? These are just
I think these are off the shelf.
Capsule collection off the shelf. Yeah. And maybe Fujifilm were going, imagine if we did this, but you could also, you know, personalize it, make it yours, make it even more limited. So anyway, I'd love to know. I'm sure someone in both of these brands would know how it unfolded, and I'd like to know what
it would
really
be cool,
happened.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, be like, who was first?
But they're also, I mean, they're doing more than one sort of design. They're also doing, you know, apparel, clothing, tops and pants, and all that sort of shenanigans.
It's a good sign for the industry in general, isn't it? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because
being in fashion and getting this kind of stuff happening, like with brands,
everyone's doing it. Like, you know, you look at all these YouTubers and streamers; they're all making money off their merch stores.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's people love merch now. They love that brand loyalty. They love.
But what I mean is like a camera brand doing it. If people are buying it, that's a great sign that cameras are still relevant in culture, and that these brands are relevant in culture. I don't know. I think it's a good sign. Here we go.
Yep.
Grant says, in a simple way, retro is cool again. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's cool. Glenn wants to know if the shoe comes in Kodachrome. It'd be cool if it did.
But yeah, it is cool.
I like it.
I like it too. Anyway, I sent that to Mark Bluetooth. He's going to suss them out because he's building an all-in-one cosplay photography outfit. He's been working on it for years.
Oh.
He's even got like a denim jacket, and on the back he's got a Kodak patch. And I sent him some Fujifilm badges and pins to put on his fancy jacket, and he uses it for judging when he goes to judge. He puts on his fancy jacket. And
this is classic Glenn. Nostalgia is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
That's such a dad joke. It's anyway. This is great. I really like it. And didn't they drop some film too?
Yeah, so they've just dropped 2 new films, Kodak Color 100 and 200 35mm film, negative films, which is huge. I don't know when the last time was it that Kodak put out a new film. But this, again, it's a good sign. There's, you know, and we've seen this recently when we've been reading the news on our Monday night podcasts. More and more brands are leaning into film again. I think Cine Still also just released a new film this week. Yeah. Yep. They've just released a new film as well. New 35. Was it 35 or 120? Anyway. So yeah, yet another good sign for analog, not only for analog practices, but for people that are invested in analog technology. The fact that people are bringing out more and more films, you know, increases competition. Eventually it will reduce in, you know, it will result in better pricing, all that sort of stuff. Well, you'd hope.
I think this is an interesting thing to say. So Kodak Alaris handles much of Kodak's Kodak's photographic film products, but Kodacolor 100 and 200 are under Eastman Kodak's umbrella. And for the first time in over a decade, Kodak is selling these two new films directly to distributors. The company says this is in an effort to increase supply and help create greater stability in the market where prices have fluctuated. Yeah. I think that's a great sign.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of issues with that sort of stuff, and there was all that the problems with people buying cinema and respooling cinema onto 35, like aftermarket, I guess, respooling, and then they were trying to outlaw that and all that sort of stuff. And so this looks like it's a step in the direction of being like, hey, there's a demand for this.
Yeah,
we should be putting the products out
rather than throttling everyone else.
Yeah, and just saying, oh, you're not allowed to do
part
that.
Of the market and the competition. Yeah,
right.
And Lomography also released their Quietly Vibrant Lomochrome Classic Color ISO 200 film.
Quietly
so
Vibrant.
That came out
interesting
as well. And the other thing I saw about film, well, it wasn't about film directly. It was that was it OM System? It was one of the editing softwares. I can't remember which one. It's not one of the big ones. It's not like Adobe or Capture One. It's someone else.
Is it Adobe or Adobe?
Well, I don't know. You're the master of pronunciation.
I don't know either. I've always called it Adobe, but I'm not. It doesn't have an IE on the end of it. No. So I'm like, is it Adobe or is it Adobe? Tell us in the chat if you're listening, or if you're listening later, throw a comment. Is it Adobe or Adobe? Yeah,
or you can call us if you want to have a discussion about it.
Call us and pronounce it the way you would. 0485512370. It may or may not work, but we'll see.
Anyway, so yeah, I think it's DxO. They've just announced that they're doing a whole film sim thing, and they're going to replicate old film simulations, old film, analog film color and looks and grains and all that sort of stuff in film sims. So, which is cool. But Fujifilm did it first. So just saying.
Just saying.
$1.20. Thank you.
You're always just saying. I need to get a ka-ching sound on this thing.
You do need a ka-ching sound. That's the only news that I saw. Leica, we spoke about this a few weeks ago. Leica they're now available. They're Leica Armor stainless steel 1 terabyte memory cards. They come in a gold or a silver with different, I think, read speeds. And on B&H, the silver one is $365
At
for
what
1
size?
terabyte. That's 1 terabyte.
No, I want the faster one. I want the gold one, but I'd actually like the gold one in the silver color, but I just want the faster speed.
You want the gold one in the silver color.
See, the issue is, do they not do a V90?
$370 for the gold.
Yeah. Why don't they
so
do
these are apparently, they can take a huge amount of pressure. They're kind of that whole crush proof, waterproof, drop proof stuff. But are they Canon proof?
Hard to know.
Hard to know.
Hopefully, so my battery's on charge now. If this camera doesn't boot up by the end of this, actually, oh no, my battery's not on charge right now. I was in too much of a tizzy. I'm just going to put it on.
What is it? I don't know where he's gone, folks. So that's the end of the news. Pretty much.
That's it for the news?
Yeah, it was a bit quiet this week.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, let's move along.
Okay, let's do this. Almost needed. Hang on. I got a different sound effect for this segment.
We're so fucked.
I call this segment "We're so fucked." So fucked.
Why, Justin? Tell us why we're so fucked.
Did you see what OpenAI released this week?
No, I don't have anything to do with AI. I reject it in all its forms.
You haven't seen anything about it. Actually, before we do that, let's we'll check the comments later about Adobe or Adobe. Okay. So you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen anything about Sora or Sora 2. Do you know what Sora is?
Sora is a character in Kingdom Hearts made by Square Enix. It's a video game. Sorry,
okay.
I'm a nerd. I'm such a nerd.
Ironically, this is I don't know if this is the more nerdy or the less nerdy version of Sora than that, but Sora got released, I think in 2024, Sora 1 by OpenAI, and it was their video generation tool.
Oh, yeah,
AI video generator. And you've probably seen AI video generated stuff that looks pretty weird and not great.
Yeah. There's artifacts. There's ways of knowing.
Yeah.
Extra fingers. They're obviously they're an obvious giveaway.
Best to go about this, whether I should just play you some of the stuff. So okay. The original model came out in Feb 2024, and they're calling they're calling it the equivalent of ChatGPT 1, whereas we're now looking at like this Sora 2 has made a massive jump forward, and it has. So not only does it look better, it also generates accompanying sound, whereas it never used to do that.
Hang on.
Oh,
Justin showed me today. I hope we're talking about Sora.
Yeah. I don't know whether I should just. I don't know if I can just play it or what. Let's just play it.
Let's just play it.
See.
What could go
I don't know
wrong?
if I can play the whole thing. So OpenAI did like a release a few days ago of this new tech. Let's see if I can get the sound to work, because the sound's kind of part of it, and I'll just skip around a little bit. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a bit muted, but yep.
Okay. So everything, I can probably turn it up. No, I can't. Everything in this was
1 year ago,
with
Sora
AI.
1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2. It's the most powerful imagination engine.
So that's Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI.
Right.
That's AI generated Sam Altman. He's not in this. It was generated through prompts.
Ever built. And it's packed with new features. I'll pass it to Bill for more details.
Now every video comes with sound.
Every scene in this is made with AI and has no pre-shooting, they didn't film someone for it and then add an AI background. It generated that person and them talking. I'll continue.
Sora 2 is also the state-of-the-art for motion, physics IQ, and body mechanics, marking a giant leap forward in realism.
Look at the lighting.
Yeah.
And the way that human moved. So so John Pickett is just saying, how is this a good thing? John, did you miss the title of this segment?
We're so fucked, John.
The title of this segment is "We're So Fucked." Just saying, this is not a good thing. I don't think so. I'm torn between the worlds of I'm amazed at what they've been able to achieve, and I'm like, this is so. We haven't even got to the bit as to why we're really fucked yet. I'll get to that in a minute. I just need to show Greg how crazy this is.
And we're introducing Cameo, giving you the power to step into any world or scene and letting your friends cast you in theirs.
That's the crazy part. So, all right. So before we have a look at some more stuff.
Jesus.
So they've released the Sora app. Well, I think the app's been out for a little while, but so basically maybe it's new. Either way, it's had a full refresh if it was out. Otherwise, it's brand new. The app, the mobile app. And it's only available in US and Canada at the moment. And they're doing such a gated release that you have to have a code. So unless you know someone that's on the app, you can't get on the app. So there's these codes floating around. Yeah. So if I got on the app, I would have some codes that I could give to you and Grant and a few other people around the show. And then they could give it to their friends, and then they can.
Why are they doing it that
friends.
way?
Because it builds anticipation and exclusivity. It also gates the speed at which everyone's coming on and smashing this thing to pieces, trying to generate videos. That could be a real problem. But also, this is like TikTok. It's AI generated TikTok. So it's social media. And the way it works is, I'm trying to think, there was a really good example of how it worked on someone's video. Basically, you, let me find it. But you scan your face, you sign into the app, you create your account, your Greg account, you scan your face, you say a few words, turn left, turn right, you know, like it models you, and then you prompt it to make whatever you want. And if you want, you can allow other people that you're friends with or anyone in the world, it's your choice, to use you as a character in things they make. So if we wanted to, I could say, make a video of me and Greg flying on a dragon, and we'll be talking about photography. We'll have our cameras with us, and it'll put our faces in that video. That's what it does.
Isn't there a risk that your profile and likeness could be used by nefarious people?
100%. But they're saying that if you say don't let anyone do that, then they can't do that. It's a permissions thing. It's like you have to. So Sam Altman, the guy that we were looking at, he's given his permission for anyone to use it on the app, to kind of basically be like, look, this is what's going to happen. And so people are making videos of him doing all sorts of wacky stuff.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yes. It is insane. All right, let's have a look at a few more of the sort of the examples that they've got here.
Greg Carrick says this podcast is AI.
No, Greg, that's the best part. It's never going to be AI.
Yeah, see? 10 fingers.
You know how? And because it's freaking live, you can actually call me. You can just ring me. AIs can't answer the phone. So in the app,
sorry,
in the app, let's find this thing. I'll bring this back up. Here's some more examples of what it can do. That's a cat on top of a figure skater.
I love that. Anything with cats, I'm on board.
So there's that. There's this backflip on a paddleboard. So it's generated all the water and everything. It has sound too.
Physics crazy.
Whoa, steady. Damn it.
Oh yeah, it does anime too.
綺麗だね。でも僕たちは少しずつ離れていく。
Oh, he's a good boy.
Oh. Anyway, so I'm concerned by your reactions that you're already enjoying this.
These two.
It's bad. Like
Steadiest pair I've ever had under me.
Hang on.
It's amazing. If you put aside the threat that it poses to us,
yeah, the tech is insane.
Is incredible.
Yeah.
But
so and they've got the prompts here. So prompt: skateboarder does a kickflip. Prompt: a Dalmatian definitely walks, runs, and hops its way through a complex obstacle course in Italy.
Oh, what?
That's weird. A guy does a backflip. And so it's generating sound, gymnastics. It's obviously been, been trained on a lot of footage that may or may not, belong to the Olympic Committee for people's bodies in motion. Anyway.
Elena said, Greg, that's meant to stay behind the paywall. Yeah, I just like to give the people a taste. Elena, I just like to give them a little sample of what they can expect on my OnlyFans account.
Paul says James Cameron was interviewed on ABC's 7:30 report last week, and he explained why he will continue to use actors. Well, that's a good sign. I can definitely see this progressing. I made a heap of notes today. I went in a deep hole. I'll be interested to know, first of all, what are your thoughts, Greg?
Like I said, if you strip away the consequences of this sort of thing, it's amazing. If you approach it with a pure heart and mind, it can be a really clever and creative tool. But interestingly, there was an app that was released earlier this year that I was asked to review for ShotKit, and I refused because it was basically the same thing, where it takes a selfie but it's only for still images. And then you can put yourself or whoever you've taken a photo of in any scenario. You can put yourself in a limo surrounded by girls in lingerie. And that's what the app was advertising.
Well, that's what this is.
They literally had screenshots.
That's what this is, but for video.
Yeah. So, and that in itself is really problematic. You know, and when I have talked about AI in the past from like the perspective of a parent, like, you know, kids in school are getting, what's it called? Deepfaked on these sorts of things. You know, like they're putting a teacher's face in a porn scene. They're putting females and kids have been suspended, expelled from a school in Melbourne for that happening recently. It's that sort of stuff. It's unregulated. Governments can't keep up with how we regulate this. Like in Australia, they're only just talking about a social media ban for under 16s, you know, and that should have been talked about a decade ago.
We'd be happy to know that some of the controls they've put on this one, if you're under 18, this is in the States, so I don't know what the policies will be here, but if you're under 18, they've included a few things like prompts that will prompt you to take a break from the feed if you've been on it for too long. It's nice to know that they're thinking of the kids in that regard. Nice comment.
That's just satisfying what the politicians want to see.
It also shows that they're obviously concerned it's going to be problematic. They've also said any time you take the footage outside of the app, so download it or whatever, it'll have the Sora animated watermark on it. Yeah. So you'll know that it was created. And they said beyond that, they actually code stuff into the image that they can detect to verify. So basically, if it ever come down to like, hey, did Sora make this video of Donald Trump? Yeah. Sora engineers will be able to tell, even if they've manipulated it to get rid of the watermark or whatever. They're saying that they can look at the video and the way that they've encoded it, they'll be able to tell. But that's still that's only
after the harm has been caused, isn't it?
That's right. Speaking of harm, our friend Seymour Bush, I love Seymour Bush, said prompt: dickhead jumps into pool with R5 and goes underwater. It was actually an R5 Mark II. Seymour, maybe that's why it doesn't work. Don't tell.
I thought that when you I thought, oh, the corrosion's finally through.
It's worked fine for 6 months. It's not that. Is there any corrosion in there? No, it's not that. Don't put that in my head.
What about your little grip points? Aren't they corroded?
No, nothing's corroded. Grant Fleming Photography. Probably why it's just a select few at the moment. Select few. Let's see how fast this thing grow. Sora to daily users. Dun, dun, dun. Is it going to say? Is it going to say? No, it's not saying.
Oh, we're going to see more Bush at Bright.
See you both at Bright. Well, who are you, Seymour Bush? Digital water.
Oh, sorry.
Back to Grant. Probably why it's just a selected few. OpenAI spends millions on electricity just because people say please and thank you. Oh, yeah, I feel like that was half a myth. They said if you say
it is a good point
to ChatGPT.
We do need to be conscious of the impacts that this has, because all of this AI stuff consumes massive amounts of energy and water. So these data centers are huge and they rely on lots of electricity, obviously, but they also rely on lots of water to cool them down. The more that AI stuff gets more complex, and real like this, the more energy it's going to draw.
True, but also there's also someone really smart could probably tell me that it's on a far different scale, but let's not pretend that YouTube doesn't use a crap load of electricity.
No, that's true.
That all of our cameras don't use electricity. So it's like, it takes a lot of electricity to generate this stuff, but it also takes a lot of power to go on a road trip for photography. Should we be like, oh, we shouldn't be doing that because it uses a lot of fossil fuels or whatever. So I do see that point of it. Ultimately, the market will dictate that because electricity costs money. If they can't make money, they won't keep doing what they're doing. But they're racing towards AGI, which is what they see as their big payday, artificial general intelligence. And this is just one part of it. This video part, they're just looking at this as like, hey, we can scan half the planet's faces, and they'll do it. They'll engulf us into their lives with prompts and showing us all their connections, and we'll get they'll put on 100 million more users in no time.
Yeah,
because this is the same. It's all in the same company as ChatGPT. It's just it's TikTok for AI.
Yep. I like Paul's comment.
Oh, tell me.
Paul said, I like this. This is really good, Paul. Paul said, digital watermarking won't be able to keep up. A lie will get halfway around the world before the truth has got its trousers on.
That's true for a small amount of time. It's like you could pull the wool over everyone's eyes if you were the first person to have Photoshop.
Yeah.
But it's like at some point everyone goes, oh, I know how to do that. So at some point, this is the problem though. There will be no truth. It won't. Everyone will be skeptical of everything.
Yeah.
There'll never be another UFO video. We'll never know the truth because the next UFO video we see will have actually like high-res aliens in the shot because it was generated with AI. So it's like,
but I wonder what will happen in the filmmaking industry, like with this sort of technology. You know, production companies looking at absolutely gutting their production costs because they can just outsource it to an AI bot. They can get some actors in for some core bits and pieces. You know.
Yeah, it's going to change that. Like, so if you guys are interested more in this topic, there's a really good video on YouTube by Casey Neistat. It's only like 7 or 8 minutes. He explains it very well, what he thinks some of the issues are going to be and where it's going to go. But some of the things, so some of the dot points I noted down. So February 2024, Sora 1, the leap that they've gone in that year is insane. There was a video, if anyone remembers, of Will Smith eating spaghetti from like 2 years ago. Did you see that? The AI one? I'll see if I can find it, because this is a good example of like, where are we at? It's on TikTok. I'm not doing that. Anyway. So there was a video of Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it looked like not even close to being real. Would fool zero people. It looked weird and like those first AI generated sort of photos and stuff. 6 fingers and just odd. And now we've gone to the point where you can basically accurately produce someone that some people won't be able to tell. You know, you could potentially fool me by sending me a video of yourself that was fully AI generated.
Well, that's one of the problems, though, isn't it? That it's all this kind of nefarious activity that people can use it to create real issues and controversy.
Yep, it's a big deal. Yeah. Another point that I saw on a podcast today was what you're seeing right now is the worst this is going to be. It's only going to get better in terms of its ability to recreate people and scenes. So like what we're seeing now isn't the best. This is the worst. Yeah. Like Sora 3 is going to be exponentially better.
Yeah.
If this digs into content creation as hard as I think it will. For example, a 15-year-old kid can now create whatever he wants with just this app and a phone.
Yeah.
And at a production level that none of us can create unless we're highly skilled filmmakers.
Yeah.
That's going to cut money out of the camera industry for sure. That 15-year-old is not going to be saying, I want a camera so I can be like my favorite YouTuber. He's just going to need this app. And that means that if I was a camera brand, I would be very worried about this app. Because
I think they're already aware that there's a problem on the horizon for us, because now you're seeing them use AI terminology in cameras and editing. Like they're trying to get ahead of the game, but I don't think they're going to keep up.
Well, I didn't even see this. I mean, this is so much faster than I thought anything was going to go. Anyway, so that was one thing I flagged. I was like, this is going to cut. Like, why? If you're a YouTuber, why would you get a $5,000 camera if no one cares about that anymore? If you're just doing talking heads and you can do it in the coolest studio ever with the best lighting and the best 4K footage, just
you can do it standing on the moon.
Well, you don't even have to do it. You just prompt it. It's So, okay. So that was an issue. So less money into camera brands I'm worried about.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Do you think we'll see AI personalized entertainment? Like, will there be a Greg Flicks that's it's yours? It's just, so you just prompt, you're like, hey, I want Dexter, but Dexter, sci-fi Dexter set in Star Wars universe. And instead of the main character being a guy, it's a girl. Make me a season of that. And it can just generate it. Is that something that's 10 years, 15 years down the track where it's well, I mean, at the moment, this is limited to 10 seconds. So we're a little while away. But, you know, is there going to be a point where you could just generate your own entertainment as opposed to having to watch what someone else has created?
Yeah.
In a shorter,
you can be the director.
So a shorter timeline than that, would it be able to make a news show of your social media feed with a host? And they're like, good evening, Greg. Welcome back to your life. And here we have one of your friends doing not much, at a cafe or whatever. Like it just brings up the feed and presents you your AI TV show of your life newsfeed. And here's my final one. Could it get to the point where you star in your own movie?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? You know?
Why wouldn't you? You know, if I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit flabbergasted. It's just, you know, when you start to think of all the possible things that can be done with it, both good and bad, it gets a bit overwhelming. It's like, oh shit, well, no one's going to want video on a fucking camera anymore.
Yeah, we can always loop back on this because I've just dropped this on you during the show, whereas I've had all day to take it in, to watch a few podcasts on it. Really, my gut reaction at the start, and I'm normally pretty, you know, the way I talk about sort of VR goggles and glasses and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty tech forward, I think, but with a balanced outlook. But I always try to look at like, hey, this could be cool. But my gut reaction on this one was, we're fucked. Brendan Waite, sorry, guys, just had the BFOP instructors meeting. Can you start again? All right, we'll roll it back. No.
Yep.
But what you missed, Brendan, was the end of the world due to Sora 2. Go do, if you haven't seen that yet, go and have a look. It's not good.
Box of tissues.
What else did I have written down? Yeah, so Meta released a similar thing this week as well. Meta Vibes. It's similar but different. It's definitely
I saw something about that,
Yeah, definitely not on this level. You're going to see more and more AI arms race stuff happening, particularly now that they're seeing how fast this uptick is. You're going to see tons. What I think will be fun. So I don't want to go all negative on this, and we'll read out a few comments in a second, because it isn't all negative. Because I know I send a lot of meme GIFs as replies to text messages. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think because I have a good memory for like TV and movie references that are relevant to when someone sends me a text message. And I do feel like this could end up being that kind of thing. So, you know, you can sort of have this conversation with a friend by putting them in funny situations that is relevant to sort of just the two of you, like an in-joke.
Yeah.
You know, I make I make Greg covered in so many Fujifilm cameras that he can barely stand up because it's like a ball pit of Fujifilm cameras or something like that. Like that would be funny.
It would.
So, and I do see that it will, because they're putting it as that. They're like, this is going to bring a lot of joy. It's going to connect people. It's going to bring people together. I think there will be that for sure. But I think there's also a lot of other issues with it. And my first reaction was, we're fucked. But there'll be some good that comes from it as well. It's not all bad.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It's just, it's unregulated. That's my biggest issue. I just, it needs more governance. AI in general, I think. And I think Greg Carrick said earlier on in the comments that, we're just not keeping up with what's happening. Evolution's not meant to be this fast.
I'm going all the way. There's been a lot of comments while we've been yammering on. So I'm going to let's get everyone's opinions on this. Also, don't forget, you can call in. Tell us what you think of Sora 2, The Destroyer. That was what I titled this episode. 0485 512 370. Now, how can regulators keep up with, this is Tim Siamas, by the way. Good to see you, Tim. How can regulators keep up with technology that is moving this fast? The system isn't designed to cope with things that move at this pace. You'd hope a few private companies that dominate this space have the ethical frameworks.
That's a good one, Tim.
In place to do the right thing, but I don't hold much hope. No, yes, neither do I. Glenn Lavender, millions of people are still falling for phone scams that we've been aware of for 20 years.
Very true.
That is true. So that is a good counterpoint to my point, which was everyone's going to know about this tech. So it's not like these recreations are going to sneak up on us. And I do think that there will be that. Like, I don't think there's going to be this video of a politician that comes out that was AI generated and everyone's like, oh, well, we better, whatever. I don't think that'll happen.
No,
but
not when politicians are using it to their advantage.
Probably not. But but there will be issues where people get caught unawares because they're not up with tech and blah blah blah. But it'll probably potentially be more towards the scam end of things. Potentially,
my folks lost money in a telephone scam.
It's real. Lots of people have.
Yeah.
I know people my age. I know people that have been scammed. So yeah, it can happen. Greg Carrick says humans can't keep up. Evolution is supposed to be slow, but we aren't keeping up with what's progressing. Well, that's exactly right. The evolution of this was fast.
Yeah.
Paul says Skynet begins to learn rapidly and eventually becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on August 29th, 1997. In a panic, the humans try to shut it down. Yes.
Terminator quote.
Great quote. Great movie. Craig
It
Murphy.
still holds up, doesn't it?
Oh, Terminator 2 particularly
is
they just don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah, and that's all about AI. James Cameron called it decades ago. When did Terminator come out? Is that like 30, 40 years? No, it couldn't be 30 years ago, would it?
Terminator 1 or 2?
1.
Terminator 1 would have been like late 80s. 20th of December, 1984, mid-80s. Gosh, before I was born. Oh my gosh. I must be thinking of Terminator 2.
You know what just happened?
What?
I tried to type in, when did Terminator 2 come out? And my keyboard was asleep and it woke up halfway through my typing and it went to come out and it talked about how people come out, like reveal their sexuality. Yeah. So we've all learned something tonight.
I'm worried about when someone checks your search history.
Yeah,
like,
coming out.
Greg.
Always suspected.
Always suspected. It's the beard.
It is. I know you got a bit of fuzz there today.
Not much.
Yeah.
It's this.
No, there's
camera.
never much.
Craig Murphy says, I get the fear, but it is just a tool like all AI. It can be used for bad things, just like email is great for communication, but in the wrong hands is a scamming tool. That's right. We should get rid of email as well, Craig. You're spot on.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem, Craig, is just how much harder it will be to determine between real and fake. Because at the moment, I scroll through Instagram and I often stop to double check whether something is real or fake. Like, surely that's not real. Or I'm looking for those hidden little artifacts that you see.
The good news on Sora 2 or Sora, whatever this app will be called, is you won't have to worry about that because it's all fake.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to stop and be like, oh, someone slipped a real one in here? Is this it really?
Wow. Someone actually got a camera and shot this. How retro.
James Cameron said in the 7:30 interview he can never make another Terminator movie because it would be obsolete before he could release it. That's also a problem. It is also concerning that I was listening to an interview with Elon Musk the other day, and he was talking about how good their new Tesla bot's hands are getting with the 26 motors that are involved in the forearm and the hands, and how much dexterity it's getting. And it's like, are we really just sleepwalking into literally Terminator?
Pretty much.
Except Terminator will dance and have stupid TikTok dances. Greg Carrick says, too many humans are easily led. This can be used to topple governments.
Very true.
Rick Nelson says, I was talking to a friend and predict in the future, if you go to the cinema, we will have two choices, pay a premium for a movie shot with real actors or pay cheaper to see a fully AI movie. And they'll be like daytime TV. You reckon that'll be AI movies? It'll be just shitty plot lines.
Midday lunch movies.
Midday movies. They're just pooped out a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Spotify DJ kind of tries to do that. I haven't seen that, but I did. So I used an AI music app called Suno. Suno 5 they're up to, that can create a song in seconds about anything that you want with a short prompt. If you'd like, we could create one right now.
All right. Let's do. I pooped my pants on the train today. Let's go with that.
Thought we could do something camera related, you know.
And someone took a photo. Someone filmed me pooping my pants on the train today. Let's do that.
So, okay. Should I share my screen so you guys can see how this works? So this is how Suno 5 works. We really need to get to that. This is going to be a long show. We've really got to get
Brendan
to the.
says, "Fine, but what song do you want, Greg?" Oh no, that only happened once, Brendan. It was only once, okay, and there was no cameras as far as I know.
This is literally what we're going to do. We're going to type in. So you want to see? Please make a what genre? Hip hop, rap song,
jazz. Let's just go
jazz. It'll be so slow. It'll take forever to get through the lyrics.
Let's make it. Let's make it like a pop song or something a bit boppy. I don't know what the kids are saying these days.
A pop, hip hop style song about a photographer called Greg. He has a beard and he pooped his pants on the train in Melbourne, Australia. Create. All right, while it's doing that, we'll go to a few more comments. So this is the thing. Someone mentioned this too. Greg could also have a great idea for an anime film and can now potentially produce it. That is going to be a real thing. Yeah. People will be able to write something and bring it to life with a lot less production and budget. But that's also going to mean that the things that make it out may suck. Whereas usually
there's going to be a lot of sucky stuff, isn't there?
That's right.
Yeah. It's going to be like Flickr was before it became really bad.
Here's a question. If you create a great TV series or anime through this AI creation, can you share with the world and profit or not? I believe you can, because there's a Sora Pro. There's a Sora Pro account. It's $200. I almost got it because I think you can get that in Australia for $200 a month, but I didn't do it. It's $200 US. I didn't think you guys were worth it. No, I'm kidding. You guys are great. I just don't have that kind of cash to throw an AI segment on the show. Yes, you missed the memo about the end of the world. Brendan. Grant Fleming says, as Travis Russ said once, experiencing the world through secondhand information isn't enough. If we want authenticity, we have to initiate it. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to. Seymour Bush says, is that an AI-generated goatee, Justin? Yes. It's a Sora goatee. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Canon batteries don't last like Fujifilms do.
That's right, Rick.
And Craig Murphy says, I work in the technology industry, so probably have a different view about all this. By the way, a lot of tech is decades old. We just have the compute power to run it all now at scale.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Lucinda wants to know, why is Greg a raccoon?
Where am I a raccoon?
Are you a raccoon?
I can be. I mean, for a price.
Oh, she can see on the screen. So if you zoom in here, it's made you a raccoon with a camera.
Why?
As the little AI generated thumbnail.
Why?
All right.
And for some
reason, it also, we'll see if this, hopefully you'll be able to hear it. For some reason, it also generates 2 versions of the song just to like see which one you like. I don't know why it does that, but you ready? We're going to play it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, Greg, oh, 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 Greg, what a price to pay. Oh, Greg, oh, 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 yeah. Oh. Greg with the camera, snap, snap, snap. Being so thick like a welcome mat. Melbourne streets where the city chatters, but Greg's got a story that truly splatters. Oh, Greg, on the train today. Caught in a moment, things went astray. Clicking the shutter, but the smell don't play. Greg, what a price to pay. Down by Flinders with his lens so keen. He's a photo king, he's a picture machine. But the train ride back, oh what a scene. When his tummy said, hey, here's something obscene. Zoom in, zoom out, but the focus slid. His confidence sank as his dignity did. Greg, oh Greg, on the train today. Caught in a moment, things went astray. Clicking the shutter, but the smell don't play. Greg, what a price to pay. He posed by the river to escape the shame, but the birds flew off like he's to blame. Melbourne laughed, but Greg stayed bold. A poopy tail, but a heart of gold. What a price to pay.
So that's crazy. Hang on, let me pause it. Okay, it's crazy, isn't it? So
this
so
is the problem,
effective, isn't it? And it's fun. Tim Siyama says, Greg, the AI hater, is loving this, and this is the problem because if we were musicians, and I have been a musician, but I'm definitely not one anymore, and barely strum my guitar. We'd be like, AI is ruining our lives. But when you're a little bit removed from it, you're like, that's funny. It's like a catchy produced song about Greg pooping his pants on the train. And it generated that in 60 seconds.
And it talked about Flinders Street and the river and all of it. Like
it's pretty impressive.
Can we play the other version?
It'll be the same lyrics. They just we'll just do a little bit of the intro, but it'll be the same lyrics, just a slightly different tune. This is like an alternative version.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Greg with the camera, snap, snap, snap. Beard so thick like a welcome mat. Mel.
So it's basically the same, but they'll just do a slight twist, and then you're supposed to say which one you prefer, and it'll learn, I guess. And yeah.
Oh my god! Can you send that to me?
Yeah, export it. So Craig Murphy says Suno is so much fun. Yeah, I can export it. Yeah. Anyway.
I have to give it a sash.
Lucinda says the photography puns. I'm dead. Yeah, everyone seemed to. And yeah, new theme song. Les says lol. It's
that's crazy.
Could be a jingle for upset stomach meds.
It could be.
Anyway, so it was pretty fun to find that, but I was actually just trying to come up with an intro song that for an AI themed episode. And I was like, this is actually kind of fun. It's so easy. And also I can get in there and edit that. I can make the song longer or shorter, change it and muck around. Yeah. Craig says, I've got 2,500 credits ready to go for BFOP. Craig, if you run out of credits, I've got 2,400 left after today. So just yell out if you need me to make a song. I'll get prompting.
That's crazy how quick that is.
It's crazy. So we're in a whole different world. We're in a different era. But this show's been going for a long time. We need to get to some non-AI generated content, otherwise known as your images. So first of all, I got a real quick what's in the box.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I think it's a book. Oh, I know what this is. Cool. I can't wait to look through it.
Just in time for BFOP. My Michael Coyne book, Village, Hearing the Grass Grow.
Amazing.
Yep. Pretty excited. So we'll be able to check that out.
Yep.
When we're over at Bright. But I wanted to save it till now to unbox it. It arrived on Friday, I think.
Very cool.
Oh, so good. Okay.
Yep. And if you haven't seen that episode, you can go back and watch it.
You should go back and watch it. It was great.
Photography legend, like just an amazing storyteller, visually and verbally.
Yeah.
But yeah. And if you're new here, if you're watching along and this is your first time, g'day. Welcome to the Camera Life podcast. We do this twice a week, every Monday night, our random photography show, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And then every Thursday morning, we do an interview, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, with an amazing photographer. Or just a shit one who we make look amazing. It depends. It really could go either way.
So please, if you're not subscribed, jump in and subscribe.
Yep.
Because then you'll get a notification when we go live. And otherwise you can watch it back anytime. Or if you prefer audio only while you're driving or jogging or whatever it is that you do, walking your dog, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and stuff too.
Yep.
So, but it's usually like 12 to 24 hours later that it goes on there.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how good I am at operating this new software as known as Phoenix Slides. Let's see. Hang on, before I do that, I'm going to do this.
Your images.
Remove that. Get out of that. Share window. How are we looking?
What's that?
Pretty good.
That's amazing. Is that infrared?
It is, by none other than David Leporati.
Oh, David.
The champ.
You never disappoint.
Never disappoint.
Never disappoint.
I'm a bit all over the place. I'll see if I can find if he's got any comments with this or not. I thought you might like some more infrared images for the show. Yes, we would. All right, so there's this one. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Got to figure out my controls. All infrared, black and white. And this one, I wonder if we can bring up
oh, that's amazing
data. How do I do that? If I check this, no.
What's that got?
Hide and there we go. Now I can see. You guys won't be able to see, but I can read it. Fujifilm XE2. And that was his Canon EOS 400D. 400D and XE2. And this software is great.
Yeah.
Good work, David. I'm definitely gonna do that full spectrum conversion once I can afford it and I decide what camera, R6 Mark II or R6 Mark III. Oh, here he is, the one and only.
I just saw on B&H they have just discontinued because they every now and then they put a Fujifilm with that sort of where it's been converted.
Yeah.
And you can only buy it from B&H. They've just discontinued the XT4, I think, which was the latest one. So they might have a new version coming out soon.
Yeah. Color images shot on Fujifilm XE2 590 nanometer and black and white on Canon EOS 400D 680. It is nanometer, isn't it? I think so. The light waves. Anyway.
I don't know.
All right. Next, we've got the other David. And in a strange role reversal.
I feel like we know so many Davids. Which one are you talking about?
David Mascaro from San Francisco. In a strange role reversal.
Yes, it's nanometer. Oh, no way.
We've got some songs from David Mascara. Some songs.
Some songs.
Some songs. Some images from David Mascaro, and he did have a bit of a write-up. I'll get back to him. From San Francisco. And they're crazy. So
That's amazing.
Here we go. So Blue Angels. These aren't the Blue Angels, but I'll get you to those in a second. Hang on. Where are we? Blue Angels. Yeah. Actually, let's sit on this one because that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Very San Francisco.
Isn't it?
The Blue Angels have been coming to Fleet Week since the late 80s, and I've had the privilege of having roof access to all their shows. I'm a retired building engineer and still have access. It's a great perk of the job. First two images, these might be out of order, so it might not be relevant, but first two images are with the F6. That's a bit weird. And Fuji 400. All the others are with a rented Z8, and my own D850 and D500. So a couple of film photos, and then a couple with the modern Nikons with the 200 to 500 and the 300 millimeter PF lens. And where are we? Short video of where there was a video, but I couldn't quite get it to work from his vantage point. I might be able to get it to work on a future episode, but I couldn't get it to work today. But yeah, these are nuts.
Yeah. Gosh, he must have been high up. He's looking down on those.
Yeah, it says,
I know they fly low, but Jesus.
I think it said 1,200 feet. So there's a couple of real. So this we're coming up to some of the best ones. Ready? Look at that.
Oh,
what a shot.
Yeah. That's pretty magical.
And then
look
at the precision.
That's amazing. Yeah.
In their flying. They're perfectly spaced.
Have you seen their pre-flight videos?
No, I don't think
I've seen them. You should look them up on social. They all sit in this ready room. They're all in these comfy chairs, and they're all got their eyes closed, and there's like the leader is calling out the maneuvers, and they're all physically moving their bodies, visualizing, but also moving their hands to do the moves,
Yeah, right.
With whatever the controls are.
And the final shot, possibly one of the best.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
That is
Imagine being
insane.
a photographer and just having roof access. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing. Incredible.
Trying to see.
Chair flying. Thank you, Paul.
Maybe I can get this video to work.
Such a masterful shot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an epic shot. I wonder how much time there was as they flew past that. Like, how quick was that moment?
Yeah.
Tim Siama says some epic shots there. Craig Murphy, these are cool. David, who knows what he's talking about, nice shot. And Paul says chair flying, which is also, David, wow, love them all. These are incredible. Jump picket, fronts. It's a great collection of images. I'll just go back through because there was a couple at the start that I kind of missed over, the more modern ones, but yeah, nuts.
That's crazy.
That is also,
these
pilots are crazy.
He's above the clouds.
Yeah, what building were you on?
Well, it is. They do get a lot of mist and cloud in San Fran, don't they?
I wonder if I can get this to work. Oh, here we go. I wonder if I can share this with you guys. This will be worth it. I'll see. Maybe I can get this to work. Share screen. No, not that one. This one. Oh yeah, can you see that?
Yep.
This is the video he sent me of where he was shooting from. Can you hear the sound?
No.
Okay.
But we can see the image.
Oh, he brought a sandwich. That's good.
He filmed his lunch.
If
you're
you're
going to be
up
up there for a while, yeah.
So he said those big cranes are what the window washers hook onto.
Yeah.
Which sounds terrifying.
Yep. That sounds.
And then,
look
how high he is!
Fucking hell.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
good
wind
choice
up
of
there
buildings.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Look at it. No wonder he was angled down.
Yeah. He's above the
Nuts.
clouds. It's just nuts.
Okay.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
Who else we got?
Who else we got? Hang on. I got to bring up my thing again. Get back to whatever it's called. Phoenix Slides, which is working well. Basically, it just allows you to quickly slide view anything on your computer.
That is cool.
Yeah. So.
No, we've seen that one, mate.
Yeah. There we go. For some reason, it moves it away from me, but other than that, it's all working well. This is by the one and only Grant Fleming.
Oh, Grant.
He said some bright themed images for BFOP.
Get us in the mood.
Oh, and classic Grant. No, literally zero metadata, so we can't check his settings or anything.
Yeah.
But that's okay, Grant.
When did you go, Grant? What was the weather like?
They lived there. They lived there for ages.
Who?
Grant and Eilish ran a caravan park there.
Oh, no, but when were these taken? These are recent, aren't they? Or are these old?
Oh. Or I don't know. I would bet these are old.
Oh, okay.
That's that road. There's a road that it just turns right off
the
main road. No, but you see that every time. You're like, oh, I could shoot down there. That looks cool.
I've shot down there. Yeah. Isn't there like a winery opposite?
Pretty close to it. Yeah. I think so.
I think like opposite, just up the road at time. Because I remember went to the winery with friends. And then we went to, these are old. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I stopped there and got out of the car and shot that. Not as good as that. And they had a Fujifilm.
We'll skip these ones. Got a Lisa Leach as always.
Oh, Lisa.
Got a bit of metadata on here. So,
that is magical.
Oh, could that be right? Panasonic. Interesting. What camera is that?
What does it say?
Panasonic DS. Oh, it must be a Lumix S5. Would that be right? Panasonic? No.
Don't know.
I don't think that's what she shot with. Beautiful photo though.
Yeah.
Love the reflections.
It's great. Perfect light control.
Yeah, very, very nice. Lucinda. 2 out of the 3 images that she sent. For some reason, one of them just would not download.
Good one's in the house.
Canon. R5 Mark II. When did you get that? I didn't think you got that. Nice. Let me toggle that off. And then this.
Just some recent stuff she said. Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Look, oh my gosh. You can zoom in and it is sharp.
Yep.
Oh, you've had it for ages. I thought you said you just had the R5. Maybe I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know. I get a bit frazzled. That's an epic.
It's a fun portrait. Yeah. Really
Super
fun.
duper sharp.
Lucinda says, did a studio day and had 5 artists come in every 45 minutes. That's cool.
Wow. Pumping through it. Do some new press stuff.
Yeah.
Working photography.
Hey, look at you go, kid.
Now, unless I've mucked these up, this one's from Paul. It's called Tiger Moth.
Look at that light.
Yeah, right on the face. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said anything about this one specifically. Let me see. Yeah, beautiful. Like the tones of the yellow. Pilot is waiting to start his old World War II trainer, Tiger Moth biplane, in the morning light, and it lined up nicely. Canon R5, RF 100 to 500 at 500mm, f7.1, 1/800ths of a second. Nice work.
Yeah.
Great light.
And really well framed.
Yeah, if that light wasn't on his face, it's like that shot would probably be a nothing shot.
Yeah.
But it's just that you'd get drawn up into that spot.
Yeah. Nice work, Paul.
Yeah, great job. Then finally, Rick Nelson. Oh, I didn't see that for a second. The Pelican.
What is going on there?
Pelican.
Oh, it's a Pelican. I thought he was riding some weird board.
Pelican board.
A pelican book? No, I couldn't tell that it was a pelican.
It's AI. Prompt: man with bucket hat rides pelican. What did he say? Shot this today. Was getting shots of kiteboarders and was photobombed by a pelican. Lumix
Really?
S5 II with Sigma 100 to 400, 1/800th of a second, f6.3 ISO 1000 at 233 millimeters. That's a funny photo, Rick.
Yeah.
What does this say? Lisa Leach. Do you recall I tried to sell the Lumix to Zachary Carr when I was on yes, one episode. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so it is a Lumix.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
It does.
All right, and finally we've got some of yours, Greg. So
I'll bring up a couple. Don't go
well,
through
I mean, I don't know which ones to bring up. So they're all in here. They're in the slideshow.
Surprise me.
I can just zip through some.
Go for it.
And we'll just find. You just tell me to stop if you want to have a look at one specifically. Why don't you tell everyone what you were doing?
So I went out with my my macro kit, which is here with the Cygnus Tech diffuser. On my, they're all tangled. I can't do it right now. Sorry. It's with my XE4 with the 30mm f2.8 macro lens from Fujifilm. And all too often, I've been looking at a lot of macro stuff, and I see these really highly saturated colors, which is great because sometimes that works well. But I wanted to sort of take a different approach. This is why I purposely put the Fujifilm sepia simulation over a bunch of them in post, and also used a film sim for all the color ones. I just wanted to sort of get away from that saturated look and create a bit of mystery around them.
Ooh, that's you don't usually see that in the macro. You know, a little bit of
well, it's decay, isn't it?
Decaying, yeah,
yeah.
So,
it's
much
past,
texture to it.
It's blossomed, which is when people usually take the shot, but it's it's starting to die. The weather's getting warmer. It doesn't cope well in hot weather, and I mean we had like a 27-degree day here yesterday. It was crazy. So I'm taking a bit of a different approach. I'm not always looking for the pretty flower shot or the pretty bee shot. Having said that, I did get some bees, which I was very happy with. Can we scroll through to maybe some of the others?
Yep. Let me find a. Oh, there's a mosquito on that or something.
Yeah, something. I couldn't work out what it was.
Yeah,
little ant inside that one.
Hunting for bugs.
I was hunting. It's hard.
I bet.
Bees don't stand still.
Oh, you got a bee.
I got a few. I was pretty happy with it. This was a
Whoops. Oh, hang on.
what do you call it? A lavender plant, and they were everywhere, but they just would hop and buzz around and crawl around to the other side of the flower as soon as I went near it. I killed a few because out of frustration, but the rest are fine. No, I didn't really. I didn't. There's one where the bee's lifting off, which I was really happy with. And yeah, this is with my 26 megapixel XE4 with the 30mm 2.8 and cropped a little, but
how many shots do you have to take to get like a shot? Oh, there it is. Look, it's floating away.
Yeah.
How many shots do you have to take to get a sharp one? Was it like a ton of missed shots?
Well, at first it was like 1 in 10 if I was lucky.
Yeah.
Because it's quite a big piece of kit. And when you photographing plants or insects on plants, often you would unknowingly bump the plant because you've got this huge diffuser and the flash head and so it was, for me it was trial and error about like going, okay, so I have to take into account the physical size of the camera lens when I try to get it into a spot. So yeah, there's a fly shot that Greg's talking about. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah. The fly shot was pretty, other than the fact that it's a creepy fly.
Can you go back a couple? Sorry.
Just this one?
Go back one more. Oh, no. Sorry. I thought it was one of the fly shots.
Oh, I'll see it. I think. There's one.
Yeah, there's one of them, but there's a better one, I think.
Hang on.
Oh.
Look at it.
When I took this shot, so there was a fly literally just standing still. I was on my way back home and I saw this fly down on this plant and I thought, oh, he's going to fuck off as soon as I try to take a photo, but I'll do it anyway. And he didn't. He just stood there. If anything, he smiled more. But
crazy.
It's not AI, Greg Carey. It's not. But when I when I got home and put this onto my computer and zoomed in, I was absolutely gobsmacked. Like I was so amazed by the detail that this little lens captured. Which was a real, I always talk about the joy of photography. That it was a really great moment.
Is it sparking some new joy for you?
Yeah,
for someone that you've been shooting for a long time.
Yeah,
and is this giving you that kind of like new,
Yeah, it is.
New feels like new. This is something new I can lean into, and I didn't think I'd be able to get a sharp shot of a fly this close. How close is that to the lens? Like how far?
Well, I think the minimal focus distance is 10 centimeters from the sensor, and the lens is 9 centimeters long.
What?
Yeah, so you're literally almost touching it with the glass.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like 1 to 2 centimeters is the minimal focus distance from the front of the lens, which often was a pain because it's only a 30 mil. So, there's an 80 mil Fuji macro.
I was going to say
immaculate images. But
are you tempted to
yeah,
are you like one day I'm going to end up with another one of these lenses with some more working room? And is it like starting to
it is a little. Yeah, because we were talking the other day, not on the show, but just in our conversations that we have about. You were asking why I didn't use the new XE5 for macro, because I said I should put this lens and the flash and the diffuser onto my XE5 because that's a 40 megapixel sensor with much greater resolution. But I keep it on the XE4 for now because it's cumbersome. There's a lot of moving bits on it that I don't have to keep taking on and off each camera. But yeah, I'm very tempted. And yes, the 80 mil Fuji macro is very tempting. And we are going to BFOP, and there is Camera House, and they do offer discounts. So
you're in trouble.
Yeah. But, so yeah, very happy with them. Anyway,
great work.
Thanks, boss.
So good. It's just floating off.
Yeah, I loved it. Like he's like, I'm done. I'm done.
See ya.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty stoked. A lot of fun. A lot of fun, really, because you become so mindful. Like you just like there were all these people walking around me, and I was on my footpath when I took that first photo, which is the little purple flower at the start. That was right at the front of my house, just on the nature strip. And a neighbor walked past and said, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you photographing?" I said, "Oh, I just got a macro lens. I'm just photographing flowers and stuff and insects." And I showed her this one. She went, "Oh, wow, that's really cool." She said, "I wouldn't have even noticed that flower." But these are tiny. These are like, 5,
I was going to say, that's
mil.
It's not as big as it looks in this photo.
Oh, no. Well, they're blades of normal grass. So it's only about 5 to 10 mils across. But yeah, like I said, a lot of fun. Really inspired me. And it was great to get out and shoot.
Awesome. Well, everyone's loving it. Craig Murphy says, like the macros. Nice pick, Greg.
Thanks, Craig.
Great shot, says Grant. Incredible detail from Lisa. Everyone's pretty stoked, except
Thanks, everyone.
Greg Carrick says, great macros, bro, but still thinks it's AI. And maybe you could take a photo of Justin. We could actually see his facial hair. we might do that. We'll do that at BFOP. I'll get you one, Grant. I'll get you a close-up macro shot of my moustache.
Yeah.
Tim Siama says, great shots, mate. Especially awesome. You're enjoying the process. I know you're enjoying the bugs and the gross flies and stuff, but I want to see some like toys in weird locations. That's what I want to see. Like
we're getting to it.
Like a Lego dude attempting to like prune this flower or something with like a set of shears or something, like a gardener.
Yeah, no, I do want to get to some of that stuff. And interestingly, I wasn't going to bring my macro stuff to BFOP. I might not still, but since I had this shoot on the weekend, not on the weekend, when was it? Anyway, since I did these photos, I've started thinking, maybe I'll just drop the macro kit into the bag. Like
you got to,
yeah, I think I'll bring it.
Yeah, do it.
Lucinda's offered me a Lego dude with a camera. I actually have one. Lucinda, thank you. And he's got a beard and a little red hat like I used to wear. But thank you. I've got more than enough Lego. Sasha and I collect Lego amongst other things, and we've got far too much Lego. But thank you anyway.
All right. David says, nice shots, Greg. Nice macro
Thanks,
shots.
Dave.
David Leparati. Right.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Thanks, everyone. I think we probably need to call it because we got a massive day tomorrow. I got to pack basically everything.
Yep.
I got to pack camera gear, podcast gear, and all of the Lucky Straps stuff.
Everything.
Display that we have
gloves,
to
belts,
make. Belts, gloves, and stuff.
Strap-ons. I mean, straps.
Straps. That was funny. So,
steaks.
Yeah.
You got to fit the steaks in.
Yeah, I know. I'm torn. I was like, I will bring some steaks, but I was like, we should probably go for dinner one night somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, we've had a couple of offers from people to catch up with them.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But we'll work
I'm
it
just
out.
not sure what's going to happen. I want to be able to be flexible with timing and stuff like that.
Yep.
Don't know. Anyway, it's going to be a busy weekend. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm going to go to bed.
Me too. Indeed. Good luck with fixing your batteries.
Well, if I
Whatever's going on
can't, I mean, I've got the R3 to use, but if I can't fix this camera, Canon are going to be in trouble when I get over there. I'll
have to hold you back.
Talking to Jen. I'll be so annoyed. All right, should we play our new theme song on the way out?
Which one?
Well, I was just going to
Greg pooped his pants?
It's not as easy to play Greg pooped his pants, so I'll just have to play the Camera Life one again. It's queued up on my soundboard.
All right, let's just go with that.
Okay.
It's always next week. Oh, and just a reminder, sorry, just before we roll the music, we won't be doing a Thursday interview show because we'll be up at Bright already. We're getting up Wednesday Arvo. The plan is every morning, BFOP Caffeinated, we will be bringing you an early morning podcast for anyone who's at BFOP or anyone who wants to know about BFOP. You can dial in. You can watch anyway, and we'll be live.
Well, there'll be shorter episodes, but we'll try and do, I think Thursday we'll have time to do kind of one in our normal-ish time slot. Maybe we'll start a little bit earlier. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But we'll make that one a bit longer one. We'll see if we can rope in some photographers from somewhere. And I was thinking, I don't know, we'll come up with a few topics, but I wouldn't mind talking about like, how do you get the most out of a photography workshop? How do you come into it with the right mindset? Because Jim's going to be there. I've been there. Jim and I both paid thousands of dollars to go to photography workshops.
Still can't charge your batteries.
Various ones still can't charge my batteries. So yeah, we'll think maybe that might be a good topic. We might be able to rope one of the BFOP instructors in to come and talk to us about their tips for how to sort of go into a workshop with the right mindset to get as much out of it as possible. And push yourself and learn some new things. So that might be Thursday show, but otherwise all the other morning shows, what we're trying to do is bring some of BFOP to the rest of the world and also, I don't know, just...
recap our experiences from the day before, talk about the day ahead, just keep that conversation going. And as always, we'll be live. And if you guys have got questions or... comments, you can always jump in the chat and join us. But just to remind you guys once again, if you are new here, thank you so much for watching. This is the Camera Life podcast. This is our random photography show every Monday, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And then every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we interview a photographer and deep dive into their journey, their experiences, their body of work, projects, and what's on the horizon. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell, because then you get notified in your time zone.
And Greg Carrick says, click the like button. So
thanks,
do that
Greg.
too.
He says that every time.
Greg. Yeah.
Every
if not,
podcast says that.
Head over to Greg Carrick's channel and check out some of his videos and click his like buttons, please. Yeah. Thanks, Les. He's done already. All right, I should play this song. We'll see who else was in the chat.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Craig Murphy says, good night, folks. Looking forward to catching up at BFOP. Also need to pack. Yeah, you must have a lot of stuff to pack. David Leparati, good night all. Enjoy BFOP.
Thanks, David.
John Pickett, see you at BFOP. Les Oakey, see you at BFOP. Good night. Paul, see you Thursday. Lucinda says, have a fun weekend. You have fun up in Brisbane too. And Lisa Leach, good night. Happy packing, and I'll see you on Thursday and lend a hand if needed. Don't forget to pack the batteries. Good night, Tim Siama. See you at BFOP. And that is all for us.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Be safe. Thank you.
The camera light forever bold.
What is that? What are you doing?
How do you dance?
Don't. Oh no.